Inspired and tired, that's the gist of our podcast.
We can sing it.
Inspired and tired, that's the gist of this podcast.
Uh-huh.
Inspired and tired, should we create or should we take a nap?
Create.
Nap.
No, Chase, we're doing the show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Of course we are. Inspired and tired with your host, Jason London.
Oh my God. Wow.
Okay.
You did that faster than I could download it.
There we go.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Inspired and Tired with your hosts, Chase
And London.
and London. I forgot your name.
That's all right.
So do you want to say what this podcast is about for anyone new tuning in?
This podcast is all about unlocking your creativity and getting your creative juices flowing. We've been going through different books on creativity, and today it's a very exciting episode because we are kicking off a new book called The Creative Habit by Twyla Tharp.
Now, London and I know who Twyla Tharp is because
We're
well,
dancers.
she's famous. But do you know who Twyla Tharp is?
The name is very familiar, but I wouldn't be able to tell you who she is.
I think she's more famous in the dance world. So she's a famous dancer.
She's a dancer. She's run a dance company for years and years and years. She's choreographed a Broadway musical, Moving Out by Billy Joel.
She
And-
choreographed Amadeus, the movie about Mozart. She's a very well-known choreographer,
Which I'm excited about because we have tackled The Artist's Way
which was written by a writer,
and also Big Magic.
which was also written by a writer.
So now we're jumping into something that is a different type of art, but having those same types of tools on creativity to keep us
Yeah,
going.
she's like, don't worry. Like, I'm not going to make you do pliés and tendus in this book. This is the same habits of creativity work for every single form of creation.
She did say, though, if you haven't seen a ballet or a piece of dance,
She was like,
Close
what's up
the book.
with you? Yeah, like, go see a
Go
ballet
see
and then
some.
come back. So,
luckily we have.
yeah, we have. So we're good on
We
that.
kept reading. And we started it off, it kicks off with kind of an introduction, and then we're going to jump into the first chapter and a few exercises.
And this is kind of like The Artist's Way, where, so there's 12 chapters. So this will be 12, the first two we're going to do together.
Yep.
So it'll be 11 weeks of going through this book, and each week there's exercises to do at the end, just like The Artist's Way. But I'm already, dare I say, liking this more than The Artist's Way?
I'm kind of liking it too, just because it's a bit more practical, seems a little more structured,
Yeah.
and is giving us a new insight, which I like. And last night, Chase and I actually did a sound bath. It was my first sound bath.
Yeah, we did a sound bath, so we were driving home together, and I read aloud the prologue to
Yes.
London as if she was listening to an audiobook.
And it was lovely. We were in a
like,
very
we
zen
like this.
state, and it was very nice.
The big takeaways from this prologue is that, like, routine is pretty much like the main thing of this whole book. Like, routine is as much a part of the creative process as the lightning bolt of inspiration, if not more. And she says routine is available to everyone.
And by routine, what does she mean? Like, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you have your kind of like
Sure.
the
But we're
morning
going to learn
routine.
about the routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she uses Mozart as a huge example because she choreographed
for
Amadeus.
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 And I was fascinating hearing her talk about the story of Mozart because I assumed
You were
He-
fascinating.
it was fascinating.
Oh, there we go.
He was, I mean, first of all, 1700s. I thought he was much.
Yeah, we looked up what year he passed away. It was like so recent,
Yeah, 1770 something.
1778.
I thought he was like 1500s, way earlier. So,
Like Shakespeare. No, he's a young boy.
yeah, young man.
Young man.
We also put on some Mozart music when we were listening, and Chase asked, "Is this him playing?"
Well, it's not London.
No.
Yeah.
they somehow had sheet
Excuse
music
me.
that has been translated. But
People are good replicating his work.
they really are. But he was a talent. So she goes into the story of Mozart, and he started playing when he was 3.
Well, I mean, even younger. They don't.
Out of the womb,
Do we
he
know
was
that?
just going.
He's been playing, since he could. And okay, but what we thought was so fascinating was Salieri, who's like in the movie Amadeus.
It's like his rival.
Yeah. He was always like, ugh, why did God give this gift to Mozart and not me? And what Twyla Tharp is saying, God did not give him a gift. He gave him a very pushy father.
Yes.
And
his father was a very like prolific trained musician.
He was a violinist. He was accomplished.
He taught him everything he could. He introduced him to every person that he knew to try to get him just like loving music even more.
Like we were talking about, wow, we saw the documentary of Tiger Woods. The dad was really pushy.
Serena and Venus.
The dad was
really pushy.
So they say like a lot of times like it's not like fate. It's not this. It's just a pushy father that gets you really ahead of the game. Like he wasn't a prodigy.
But his dad saw some talent inside of him and therefore was like,
and really pushed him at such a young age. So, basically, where do I want to start? Mozart had a talent, but his dad was an accomplished violinist. Destiny quite often is just a determined parent. I love that. His dad pushed him to learn everything he could, whatever scope you attach to Mozart's musical gift, his so-called genius, his discipline and work ethic were its equal. So
it wasn't just luck.
Yes, he liked music and he had a passion for it and he wanted to play. But they were saying by time he died at 35, like his hands were so disformed from all the hours he spent playing music. So it's not just luck. Creativity is a habit, and it's like the discipline that goes into it makes you who you are.
And what's interesting is if you don't have that pushy parent or someone in your life who's pushing you on, you have to have that discipline from within, which is a lot of times harder to just do it yourself, especially when you're a kid, knowing what to do and just loving it and pushing forward. So sometimes those parental figures can really make an impact on success at an early age.
We should look at all like the people we really admire.
Well, Taylor Swift, didn't she have some pushy parents?
She didn't have a pushy parent. She had supportive parents.
Okay.
She was the one that was like at 10 got the guitar. She was begging them to get her one and was like playing. So
I guess there's a difference there.
Support and yeah. She goes on to say, no one can give you your subject matter, your creative content. If they could, it would be their creation, not yours. But there's a process that generates creativity and you can learn it and you can make it habitual. So like this whole prologue is just like there is a process to a creativity. You can learn to be creative just by doing certain habits. And if art is the bridge between what you see in your mind and what the world sees, then the skill is how you build
it.
So you
which
need
I love.
skill.
So no matter what, even if someone is pushing you along, if you don't have that determination to build the bridge, to get it done, it's not going to happen.
I was watching. Okay, so
what were you
just
watching?
take a drink again every time I say Taylor Swift.
Okay, let's
but
hear.
I just on my Explore page on Instagram, it's just Taylor. They know me so well. And a video of Taylor came on where she's talking about creativity and she's just like, do the work, just do it no matter what, sit down and create. And you know, all the comments were like, easy for you to say, you're a billionaire. Like, what happens when I have 3 jobs and kids to take care of? Like, I don't have time to just do the work. And I commented on all those comments and I said, listen to Inspired and Tired. So I'm hopefully going to get them over here. But but it's true, like, everybody, maybe you don't have 3 jobs. It's going to be something else. It's so easy to
get caught up in the day-to-day
to not be
and
disciplined
not do it.
and not wake up at 4 a.m. and work before you go to work. Everybody has to make a sacrifice in some way or another if they're going to be this disciplined and turn creativity into a habit. And I think it's just a lot easier to be like, oh, easy for you to say. But it's not, because when I have time on my hands, a lot of times I'm just scrolling on Instagram.
That's what I was going to say. It's not easy to be disciplined, though. It's much easier to sleep in.
It's much easier to just like make up an excuse like, oh, I have too much work to do. I don't have time. With what we're learning in all these books, you have time.
Yep. And what also is nice with what she said is about like, no one's going to just tell you what to do to be creative. Like, it does have to come within. So that's where the discipline is really important.
What we liked, we both, when I read this, we went and the quote was, everything in life is material, everything is usable, everything feeds into creativity, but without preparation, you cannot see it, retain it, and use it. Without the time and effort invested in getting ready to create, you can be hit by the thunderbolt of creativity and it'll just leave you stunned. There it is. We went, what? Like, you can be hit by creativity all day long, but if you don't have the tools set up or the preparation, you're not going to know what to do with it. So this book is going to be preparing us for that thunderbolt
to strike.
Yeah. And then at the very end of this prologue, she compares the Karate Kid to what she's doing. She's like, his master tells him to do household chores, and then before he knows it,
he's winning.
He's learned karate. And it's the same with these exercises. Is that not the purpose of karate?
She was saying like he was nailing things to walls, and all of a sudden he knew how to jab, was like, jab and punch.
And he was like, ah, and he knew what to do.
Yeah.
We're doing the chores.
That's what
we're
doing. What else I like about this book, though, is we have started it, but we've never finished it.
Yeah, we started this when it came out. It was, when did this come out? 2015?
Yeah, something like that.
Let's see.
So we started it. We did maybe like one.
I'm sorry. This came out in 2003.
2000. Okay, that makes sense because she was talking about mailing letters at some point.
She's like as old as the Artist's Way author.
It's great. It's timeless.
Okay, we did this in 2015.
Yeah.
And then we didn't finish. So this is going to be really good to go through again. So, okay, chapter 2 is now the official first chapter
of the book, and it's all about rituals and preparation.
And I love rituals.
We've been working on a solid morning routine for years, decades. And whenever I write down a perfect morning routine, it's like 3 hours long.
I know, we're like, by the time we do our morning routine, it's 12 p.m.
Yeah, what am I doing?
We can't do it. But anyway, she talks about a lot of morning routines.
A lot. And I think some of them are really good. Like hers, it's very, she's getting into a ritual, and her ritual every day is going to the gym. But what she calls the ritual is taking the taxi to the gym.
Because once she's at the gym, she knows she'll work out.
She's going to do it. But every day, just getting in that cab.
5:30 a.m.
She hops in a cab, and then when she gets out into that gym, her ritual is done.
So I was reading this like, okay, 5:30 a.m. every day she gets up and takes a cab to the gym.
Jealous.
And jealous.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
Well, I also had like a spiritual coach one time tell me, because I was like, I really want a morning routine. And she was like, just do what makes you happy in the morning. And unfortunately, 5:30 a.m. wake-ups don't make me happy.
Don't make you happy.
But Twyla Tharp says something different. She's like, it's not easy. It's not fun. Nobody wants to do this, but it is going to set you up for
the day, every day,
your life.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what's this nonsense of do what makes you happy? I think you have to, you have to do things you don't want to do. Because I don't want to do this, but it sounds, I'm sure if I woke up at 5:30 a.m. every day, took a cab to the gym.
You're going to work out. You're up.
I mean, I could just drive. Unnecessary me calling a cab, but.
Yeah. Cabs, that's nice, though, to have a little chauffeur going. But other like rituals she talks about for someone who works at an office, starting the day with a 20-minute meeting with a coworker just to like set the tone.
That's
kicks
her
them
ritual.
Off into the right thing.
Igor Stravinsky, heard of him?
Yeah.
He started the day playing Bach. No matter what, he played Bach.
And we realized when we started this podcast, we kick it off by listening to our theme song.
Yeah.
And that gets us going.
Yeah.
So it's our little ritual.
A chef she knows starts the day in his garden. A writer she knows begins his day with a cup of coffee on his porch, and then he only writes outside.
An artist will blast loud music and then get going. Someone who's more spiritual may go to church to get the day going.
Or yoga. Beethoven, we know him.
Yep.
We know Beethoven.
Oh, yeah.
He started with a walk, scribbling down whatever came to his mind. That was his ritual every day. He had to get his juices flowing with the walk. So the only criterion for a ritual is to make it easy on yourself. What works for one person won't work for another. And I was like reading this and I was like, what is my current ritual? It's literally I wake up, I go pee, and I get back in bed.
Ugh.
That's my morning ritual. And that's not good.
I mean, it's something. It's,
And every time I'm like, oh, I have to pee. So I get up and go to the bathroom and I'm like, okay, I'm up. Why don't I make tea? I'm like, no, I'm getting back in bed.
maybe that's the next step then. Wake up, make tea, and go and sit and drink it outside.
I know. It sounds so nice.
I know. In theory.
What's your morning ritual?
Like, usually now I wake up, I get coffee, I do a bit of cleaning.
You do? Every morning?
What, wake up and get coffee? That's not so crazy. You sound shocked.
It sounds so disciplined.
And then I usually do a workout at home.
What?
Yeah. 18 minutes to Bada this morning.
Twyla Tharp?
No, I'm not. There's no cab involved. But what I'm thinking is I need to, okay, so what?
You do a workout every morning?
like 5 days a week. For sure. I did one today. But I keep it quick. It's not like a long workout. It's like it's like 20 minutes.
Every morning. It doesn't switch up. You're not like, oh, today I'm tired. I'll do it at 12:30.
No. Once 12 o'clock hits, I can't be doing that.
London, I'm so impressed with you.
Thank you. But see, that's at home. What I don't have a ritual for is once I get to work. And that's where I think I need to have a ritual. When I walk in my art studio, what's my ritual there? Because right now it's just all over the place.
Maybe light a candle.
That I can do.
Because they said one guy's ritual is just lighting a candle.
Yeah. And then he gets to work.
And then he gets to work.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I have no rituals. And I started off this topic by going, I love rituals.
Yes.
But I
So,
have none.
let's think of I like the wake up, restroom, then cup of tea. Simple.
I know I always say, wouldn't that be nice?
What's stopping you?
I'm so tired.
Uh.
But so is Twyla.
Yeah.
At 5:30 a.m. Like, it's like 9 a.m. for me.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe it's 3 jumping jacks. I don't know.
I could do that.
Just to wake you up a little more.
I've been going, when I'm in town, I've been going to yoga every day that I can.
Mm-hmm.
But the schedule's different every day.
Yeah.
I can't consistently do it at the same time.
This seems like a ritual we need to have every day
at the same
time.
Like the 5:30.
Pretty much when we wake up. So ritual, as long as you make it easy though.
Okay.
It can't shut you down and they need to get you started.
And she says rituals are preparations she says preparation rituals arm us with confidence and self-reliance. Oh, one lawyer's ritual was after lunch, he'd sit in his office for an hour and say, what's in it for me?
And so he'd have
and meditate on that.
And I was thinking, they're paying this man. He's sitting in the locked office for 1 hour a day.
What's in this for me? And she did say that might be a little egotistical, so like be careful. But I think we should all ask before we start creating, instead of it being dreadful, like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
like,
what makes this fun for me?
Like doing this podcast, I get to hang out with you. I get to learn about creativity. Like, there's so much in it for doing this.
Yep. And you know what just popped in my head? A ritual that we should both be doing.
What?
Morning pages.
Morning pages.
Yeah. Wake up, morning pages.
And,
so,
and listen, I have tried this, as we know. My hands are too tired.
Okay.
Maybe I need to start with like hand exercises.
Maybe
in
you
the
don't want to
morning.
be like Mozart at the end with the crippled hands from all the pages.
Like, I just can't get myself to write.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else my ritual is?
What?
Get back in bed, open up my phone.
Ay. Chase.
I'm getting shamed by the booth.
I mean,
No, this is commiseration.
it's, yeah, we all are there with you.
Doesn't it make you feel a little bit like, I don't know, anxious when the first thing you, because that's how I feel when the first thing I look at in the morning is my phone. I immediately feel like an overwhelming anxiety.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, it's just terrible.
It's
but I
no
still
way.
do it anyways.
It's
Same.
just
Every
terrible.
morning.
I
Yeah.
check like messages. Like, I don't need to be messaging people this early, and I check. It's, and then comparing that early in the morning.
it is a very anxious way to start the day. There was a point where I still do that sometimes, but doing that every morning. So I was like, okay, it's because the alarm on my phone goes off and I have to turn it off, and then the phone is physically in my hand. So I bought an alarm clock.
I did too.
A physical one, and it was so loud and so annoying. And I put it on the other side of the room. I did it for like a week.
Yeah,
it was too much.
I bought a physical alarm
But
clock too.
That
and
is a way to stop the initial.
It didn't stop for me.
Yeah.
But okay, because they also say put your phone in another room when you sleep, so when you wake up, you're not.
Yeah.
But I find I go to sleep listening to like a meditation, or I listen to stuff on my phone when I go to sleep. So I did buy another clock that has a radio on it so that I could like listen to NPR, but it wasn't the same.
Well, we have
So I'm
work
still
to do.
working on
We
it.
have work to do. But
Okay.
a good routine, I love it. And then she jumps into fear.
Well,
Which-
yes, she does.
Yeah.
Can I read this quote?
Yes, please.
Okay. When Twyla Tharp walks into an empty room, she's alone.
Should we call her TT?
TT.
I don't know. Just thinking of a
can.
nickname.
You can.
All right.
I like Twyla.
Okay.
Okay. When Twyla TT walks into an empty room, she's alone, but she's alone with her body, ambitions, goals, memories, passions, fears, prejudices, distractions, fears, and ideas. And no matter what she makes, it will be a reflection of how these 10 things have shaped her life. I loved that. I think that anytime we create, it's like a lot of times she's talking about people don't like to be alone, but you're not alone. You're alone with like all these things that make you who you are. And it's exciting to be like, anything I make is going to be a reflection of my life experience.
That is very beautiful, because it's really easy to be like, oh, there's so much pressure on just me to make something. So to turn it into a more positive way is really nice.
And then so when she said she's alone with her fears as one of them, she said that is one of the biggest obstacles, is being alone with your fears. So she talks to her fear. She labels her 5 biggest fears, which we're going to do later.
Yep.
And then she like talks to them and figures out like what's another way to look at these fears. So should we go through her fears, which I'm sure we'll all resonate with?
Yeah.
So her top 5 fears are, when she creates something, people will laugh at me.
Very relatable.
And she goes, well, not the people I respect. They won't laugh at me.
You know what's funny is that fear, though, for you, that's what you want. You want.
You're right.
It's a good,
Yeah, that's a positive
Yeah.
for me. Someone's done it before. She goes, honey, it's all been done before. I have nothing to say. She goes, well, we all have something to say. I'll hurt someone I love. She reminds herself that you're a good person trying to create unity, not discord. And once executed, the idea will never be as good as it was in her head. She goes, better an imperfect dome than cathedrals in the clouds. Just about, that's about cathedrals being built.
Right.
Okay, so
I like these because I thought first when she was talking about fears, there'd be these lengthy reasons to like counteract them. They're very simple, just short and easy. And she likes to picture these fears like falling to their death.
like she pictures them being cast into bores and then running off a
Thrown
cliff.
off a cliff, like falling down,
And
which
she
is a nice
says
thing
it's
to visualize.
much more extreme than counting sheep, but that's what she does at night, is imagine her fears going into bores and falling off cliffs. So then distractions are her other biggest block when she begins a project. So she doesn't expand contact with the world. She cuts it off. And she commits to 1 week without her biggest distraction when she's working on a project. So we're going to also go over our biggest distractions, but hers, and again, this was written in 2003, so distractions have gotten even more. But her biggest distractions are movies, multitasking, which is like, whoa. She was like, I won't go to dinner and talk business. I won't read on the Stairmaster. Like, she's not going to do any multitasking.
Which is interesting.
I
Numbers
said,
also,
yikes.
so she said, are a distraction.
Yeah, she said anything, she's not going to look at anything with numbers. She's going to give her left side of the brain a break. And then background music. I said, sheesh.
I know.
She won't even listen to music in the background.
But she just takes these distractions away for a week.
She says anyone can do it for a week. She says it's like a sacrifice. Ancient people sacrificed goats and pigs. We can sacrifice movies. It's a ritual, an offering where you can sacrifice a portion of your life to the metaphoric gods of creation, which I really liked.
I do too. And like a sacrifice is a ritual in a way for that week.
Yeah. Waldo Emerson, heard of it? Emily Dickinson, David Thoreau, all chose to live their life secluded from distractions. They didn't live in the hubbub city. They lived as far away from society as they could. And that was way back before the internet or anything.
So there were way less distractions.
And they
still
felt like there were too many distractions. Which, don't I always say, I just want to go live in a cabin in the woods?
Yes.
I felt so validated here.
Yeah, less distractions.
So then did I miss anything before
No.
I do? It says basically once you've selected the environment that works for you for creativity, you've developed the startup ritual that propels you forward each day. You've faced down your
One more time.
faced down your fears and distractions. You've cleared the first hurdle of creativity. You have begun to prepare to begin. So this chapter is
we haven't started
preparing
yet
to begin to create. So this is all like, what is the ritual that's going to get you prepared to start creating? And that was the like, get your cup of coffee, go outside, go to the gym, warm up your body, do like whatever is going to be that prepares you. It's really fun to think about what your ritual is. And ours for this is listening to our
theme song.
Our theme song, and then it gets us ready to go. So, are we ready to go into exercises?
I'm so excited for the exercises.
Okay.
Now, with these exercises in this chapter, there's like, she gives you a bit of a summary before the exercise starts, but exercise 1 is, where is your pencil? And she talks about a story about a boy who wanted an autograph from this, I think, baseball player.
This was way back in the 30s.
Yeah, and I was like, did he have a pen? No, he needed a pencil.
And the baseball player was like, well, if you
don't have a pencil, time's ticking. I can't give you
an autograph.
Well, sure enough, he didn't get the autograph, but that boy learned a lesson. He's never going anywhere without a pencil ever again.
Ever again. He carried a pencil with him every day of his life in case he ran into... This is the book that we're reading. Yeah. It's just a PDF online.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good to know.
So if anybody wants to check it out, you can look up the book online.
You don't have
it's
to
all
buy
there.
it. It's all online. Oh, wow. Well, maybe
Great.
we'll put a link to it in the bio.
Yeah, it's available through ArtLab.
Wow.
All right.
So much for me having the book. Okay.
Oh, it's nice to have the physical.
Okay,
It
it's
is,
nice.
it
Okay.
is.
So anyways, this man always carried his pencil with me, and he gave this lesson to his sons, and he goes, this is why I'm a writer, because he learned that like he always has his pencil, he's ready to write.
Yep. If you have a pencil in your pocket, one day you're going to use it.
So then the first exercise, she asks like, pick your pencil and don't leave home without it. So what is your version of always being prepared?
Just
you
in
never
case
know
you need
when
it.
your creativity is going to strike.
Yep.
I already guessed yours.
Yep. I have two. Oh, one fell down. I had one in my purse already. It's a little crochet hook, but my ideal pencil is my 3D printed crochet hook.
But do you really? Did you do that for the show, or you always have it in
This
your
one was
pocket?
already in my bag.
Okay.
I brought my favorite hook
Oh,
just
show and tell.
because. Yeah, a little show and tell.
Well, talk about it. London 3D Crochets.
Yeah, I have a patent for my crochet hook. It has a twist, which makes it more ergonomic, a pointed tip, and it's the best hook out there. It's super light because it's hollow. So if you do need a pencil or a crochet hook, londonkay.com. But it is so embarrassing when I've been caught without a hook. It is mortifying.
How embarrassing.
And I have. I've forgotten a hook sometimes, and it's like, this is my job. How dare I? You can always use your finger, but it's not the same. So
what situation were you embarrassed? Because you've told me you don't have any embarrassing stories.
Well, I was able to make it work, but like I went to a yarn convention in Chicago just a few months ago. I didn't bring any crochet hooks. It was
embarrassing.
I was there for 4 days and I thought it was a fair. I was like, okay, I'll be able to buy a hook. No, they weren't selling things to the public. And I was there for 4 days without a darn crochet hook.
Wow. Wait, what were you doing there? Did you put up art?
Yeah, I did a installation for the entrance. So I brought the art with me. I had extra yarn with me, but I didn't have a hook. So.
And you can't just go buy one?
I could have. I didn't have a rental car. So I would have had to Uber to like a Michael's, and it was at a convention center near the airport. It just, I was like, I'm without a hook. This is caught with my pants down. So never again.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
My equivalent of a pencil is
Do not say your phone.
my phone. Because on my phone,
Chase,
what do you mean?
I need you to pick something else.
London.
We all always have our phones with us.
Yeah. And God forbid I don't, because I've been out when like ideas come to me. And if I don't write it down, I will forget and I'll never remember again.
Okay.
So I've been like at a bar. I was talking to like a guy that was like, what is the word? NASA. Astronaut.
Okay.
And he was like, he was like, I've got a rover up on Jupiter with my name on it. And I was like, I'm so bored. And and anyways, thank God I had my phone, because I started writing down like, oh, this is a funny joke that I was so bored by this. But I met a Bachelor contestant the day before, and I was like, tell me more. Tell me about Chris Harrison. What was the process like? So anyways, I remember that because I wrote it all down.
Yeah.
But I usually, in like social situations, like when we were out with Nick the other night, he kept saying things and I thought it was too rude for me to pull out my phone, but I wanted to write down so many things and I forget them all.
Oh my gosh.
So I need either to write it on my notes or record it. I can just like say it into my voice memo.
Okay.
There's a lot of tools on your phone.
In 2003, since the iPhone wasn't out, she would have said you need a notebook and
she
a
would have
pencil.
said bring your notepad with you everywhere, but this is my notepad. Okay, thank you.
Fine.
Okay. Build up your tolerance to solitude is exercise number 2.
Solitude with a purpose. You need a goal.
Okay.
Is what I took from it. And she wants us to daydream, which is different from meditation. So that was interesting. And she wants us to just take 1 minute to start with your thoughts. And I don't even want to call it an active meditation. I'm a little unclear of how this will work, but she wants us to do it every day pretty much and work your way up to 10 minutes of just being you and your thoughts, no distractions, and see what comes.
Okay. I'm going to try to explain it also.
Great.
Okay. Because she says people are so afraid to be alone that like they don't even want to like be with their thoughts. So she wants us to get used to being alone. And so she's talking about this in this exercise, and I'm like, oh, she's talking about meditation. And then she goes, nope, this activity is the exact opposite of meditation. You're not trying to empty your mind. You're not trying to sit restfully with conscious thoughts. You're seeking thoughts from the unconscious and trying to tease them forward until you can latch onto them. An idea will sneak into your brain. Get engaged with that idea. Play with it, push it around. You've acquired a goal to underpin this solitary activity. So She says it's kind of like fishing. You're alone, you have your hook, you throw it into the sea, and a lot of times people are just standing there for an hour, but they're not like bored or alone. They have this
they're
goal.
actively trying to accomplish
They've
something.
got this goal to get this fish.
Yep.
So what she wants us to do is sit with our thoughts, start with 1 minute, go up to 10 minutes.
Then 11.
And see how long you actually need until your brain catches on to something. It might be 12 minutes. It might be 30 minutes. But she says start with 1 minute and each day go up and start seeing how long it takes to actually catch on to an idea in your head, which is a very interesting exercise.
It is. And I tried it today because I was like, okay, I need to stand up and do it. I figured.
Stand up.
Yeah. So I was standing up in the room and I found myself gravitated to my crochet hooks because I was thinking about my pencil and ended up just working through each little hook, kind of organizing in colors and
In your mind?
no physically touching. And that's why I'm like a little confused if I did it right or not because I started organizing.
No, I don't think you
What did
did
you
it
do?
right. I didn't do it.
Oh,
But we did our sound bath last night,
we did.
which was like laying with our thoughts
Very
for an
meditative.
hour.
If anybody hasn't done a sound bath, it's where there were like all these drum looking things upside down, bowls. And they all have different frequencies. And a lady like creates this music at all different frequencies with chimes. And it's very relaxing. And it was an hour, but it felt like 15 minutes. It went by so fast. And
Because we fell asleep.
yeah, and it was like active. Of course. But yeah, that's not what this is.
Yeah, I actually am a little confused by like I mean, I think we're just supposed to sit there and then like be like, okay, ideas, I'm waiting for you.
We'll see how it goes. This week, let's do it.
But also the exercise was think of 5 things you like doing alone. So we're supposed to write those down. So
What did you say?
I had so much fun with this. Walking, Taylor Swift concert,
Of course.
yoga. I went to that alone. Rob, were you here for this episode?
No.
I like
She
going-
went to Taylor Swift by
and
herself.
I want to go to the movie alone.
Oh.
All right. Yoga, hot baths, pulling tarot cards.
Very nice.
But I also was like, I like doing everything alone, so this was easy.
What was the theme, would you say, of the things that actually made your list?
It's all stuff that like, I get so excited to be alone. It's like, oh my gosh, I can just like sit at my desk and pull a tarot card. It seems like a luxury. I think for me being alone is so rare that I crave being alone. These felt luxurious.
Well, I have a routine for you.
What?
In the morning, what if you go to the restroom and you keep your tarot cards in there and you pull a tarot?
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, mine were...
Maybe I just can't get back in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if it's like I can go sit at my desk, but I can't get back in bed? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
You'll figure it out.
Okay. What are
I
your?
think morning tarot sounds like a great ritual.
But London's saying to do it on the toilet.
Well, you can do
Well,
it
she
at
like
your
to do it on the
desk.
toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, bathroom tarot. But
I was picturing more at the sink, but trying to make it easy for you. All right. 5 things I like to do by myself. Hot bath.
I wrote that too.
Yeah. I like to paint by myself. Arrange flowers, water plants, and I like driving. I know we had a 3-hour drive yesterday together, which is a delight.
No, I know.
But
driving was going to be
Driving
on my
alone
list.
is fine. Like, it gives me time to think and
I
stuff.
like to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
And then what you said one more that was also on my list. Not on my list that I was going to put on my
watering
list.
plants or arranging flowers, painting, and hot baths.
Oh, none of those.
Okay.
Collaging.
Oh, collaging
London and I
is
love
fun.
to collage.
Yeah.
And that's something I love to do alone
Yeah.
too.
That's fun.
So like arts and crafts
Yeah.
are kind of fun to do alone.
They are. And she wants us to use this list in times when we are feeling lonely. We can use this list and implement those things so we don't feel alone because we're doing things we love to do on our own.
Like, is this whole exercise just trying to get us to like be okay being alone? Like, she just wants you to get comfortable spending time alone, listening to your thoughts. Like, it's kind of just like getting comfortable being alone, which I love.
Because a lot of people who are creative, some people have like partners in their creativity and they work together, but creativity a lot of time is something you do on your own. I mean, I work by myself in an art studio all day. Like, you have to be comfortable being alone. That was the hardest adjustment, going from working at Apple to working at home. You aren't around people every day. Like, it takes a lot of determination on yourself. No one's telling us when to wake up. No one's telling us what to do anymore. We have to be okay with being alone.
Yeah, like with stand-up, it seems like it's a group thing, like you're always at shows, but the creative part happens alone.
Mm-hmm.
For me, some people just riff on stage, but for me, it's alone.
Yeah.
Okay, exercise 3, face your fears. So just like we went through her fears, she wants us to label our fears, and then the same way she was like, talking herself out of the fears, we're supposed to do it as well. So we're about to get personal. Ready, London?
Yeah. One of mine is I won't be good enough. Classic.
And what did you say to yourself about that?
I haven't really failed that bad yet, so just try. I mean, I have, but wait, was that too cocky?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's not how I meant like I've never failed to the point where I've done any harm, or like there hasn't been like a catastrophic incident due to one of my failures.
Like no one's died.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
No one's ever been maimed in a crocheting incident.
No. It's always very shocking to
But
me.
how does that have to do with being good enough?
Because I don't know. That's what came out, all right?
Okay.
I guess it's like, yeah, if I won't be good enough, like even if you're not good enough, enough is enough.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
No one's died.
Listen, no one's died.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I put, it'll be good in my head, but not executed in real life well. And then I said, I'm talking like this because I think, okay, anyways, that's the only way to get the skill is continue trying to get what's in your head on paper.
Oh, you are so bored with this one.
And if it fails, at least, well, I don't know if I believe it.
I
If
know.
it fails, at least it's down on paper and not causing you turmoil of what if in your head. I mean, I hope that pep talk is good enough. I don't know if it's going to sink in, but that's the pep talk I gave myself.
You know, if we put it to a song, perhaps we'll believe it more. Just a little more energy.
Okay.
All right, you're a waste of time. It's my next one.
You're a waste of time?
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of
Yep.
time. Yeah. Okay. What did you say for yourself?
Doing something creative is always worthwhile.
Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. I
Thanks.
kind of have a similar one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll jump to that one, which is all the hard work I put into it will be for nothing if it doesn't get an audience or like seen. And I said, remember what Liz says. You'll gain a lot just by being creative. You'll learn about yourself. Something will come of it.
That one I like.
That's kind of what yours
Yeah,
is.
yeah, that one's good.
It's like you can't really, even if it fails, even if like whatever, nothing comes of it, at least you like learned something about yourself.
Yeah, there's a point. It won't be new. Already done.
Oh yeah.
I actually took this one from
Straight
Twyla.
from her.
Yeah. All creativity has been done, but not by you.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I said people will talk bad about me.
Oh, pobrecita.
I'll embarrass myself.
Oh
And then I wrote, I've been embarrassed my whole life. Why worry now? I say my life is a series of embarrassing events. So like, why now? Yeah, why start now worrying about that?
People won't appreciate it. I wrote, do you, girl? You don't know how people will react. Don't assume.
Do you, girl? Those are the only 3 fears I have. Do you have more?
I'll lose money and I'll lose followers.
Oh.
Stop being a Debbie Downer. Everything in life circles. Even if you lose sometimes, you win. Sometimes.
Beautiful. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Any more?
No, that's 5 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
So
when you sit down to start creating, she basically wants you to like label your fears. They might be similar to ours. And then like say, come on, like give yourself a talk.
Yeah. And when I saw this question, I said to Chase, I was like, can we cut this one? Because it is a hard question. I don't like.
Yeah, London wanted to cut this
question. Yeah, I was like, we've been there, done that.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. And then, so it's hard, but I encourage people to give it a try. Even if it's hard and you say it with a Eeyore kind of a tone, at least we're doing it, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the other thing when she said fear was like the biggest obstacle, distractions are the other biggest obstacles. So we're supposed to list our main distractions that we have.
And some of hers, I'm sorry, I giggled. Mirrors and clocks.
Mirrors. She didn't want to look in the mirror for a week.
Yeah. I've never been distracted by a clock.
Never been distracted by a clock.
I love time.
But maybe like the equivalent now is like cell phone clock.
Right. I wrote a week without social media, but we've been saying that all
social media was number 1 for me.
Yeah.
They need an updated creativity book just about social media.
I know.
Did you just put social media?
I did because I thought it was pick one.
I did.
What else did you
I just
do?
wrote all the ones that are my biggest distraction. So social media is by far the biggest distraction. I use it as an escape, but not a productive escape, not anything that energizes me. It's just a terrible escape.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said my phone in general. Like I am distracted. If somebody texts me, I'm distracted. I'll go like, okay, let me write them back or email, like any form of like communication, phone calls. Those are big distractions for me.
It would be a tricky week. No phone, because that's your pencil. I don't know what we're going to do there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Social plans are a big distraction for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said people. People distract me. So those are my 4 distractions. So basically what I learned from this is I need to go a week in hiding without Wi-Fi.
A little bunker.
Yeah, like just be like, I'm gone for a week.
Well, I think there's no need to go to extremes. We can pick one.
Why not? She's saying
not?
She's saying like if you're going to start a project, get rid of your distractions for a week. Like why not go to a cabin in the woods with no Wi-Fi for a week? Let's find out how productive I am.
I would be so nervous for your safety. How would I contact you? Are you safe? What's going on?
Maybe I need to get like a landline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you could be distracted by the landline.
No.
I think you'll be fine.
It'd just be
that.
spam calls. I wouldn't even answer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the biggest one, obviously, I think you and I just need to get off social media if we're going to start small.
Yeah. And for me, honestly, these days, Instagram doesn't distract me as much as TikTok. Because on Instagram, I put it down a lot quicker. TikTok, they're just so good.
They know you
They
so
know
well.
me so well.
Instagram knows me better.
Oh, well.
On
TikTok will know you soon.
TikTok, it's like, I'm angry. Instagram, at least I'm like, Taylor and Travis Kelce. I'm like so happy about it.
Okay. Yeah. I get distracted, by social media, but also by like Reddit.
Have we taken a toll of how many Taylors have been mentioned?
Oh,
we just did Taylor. We did the Taylor Swift concert. We did the Taylor Swift movie.
I mean, we're doubling as we go.
I think whoever's been following along should be at 4 shots.
Well, you just hit him with 4 more. So.
Exactly.
8 shots, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's That's the chapter.
That's the chapter. And I'm excited to keep going. We'll get in a good flow for how the chapters work and figure out how things just keep going moving forward. But right now, leaving today, we are getting prepared to start.
Yes, this was the preparation
For the beginning.
So the preparation to begin is like starting
Rituals.
a preparation ritual, which mine's going to be tarot cards in the bathroom.
Tarot cards on the toilet with Chase O'Donnell.
That's the Patreon episode.
Yeah.
And your ritual is what? Your coffee? Oh, no, you wanted one
I
at your
want
art
one
studio.
at my art studio. So
I said lighting candle.
I think I'm going to go with pick a song and dance to that one song when I get to my studio every day.
For real?
Yeah, why not? I'll just boogie around. I won't do like a full routine, but
Okay, that'll be on the
I'll
Patreon
come up with
too. You'll have to record
I'll come up with a ritual dance.
because London's such a good dancer.
I have a money dance.
She's gonna be doing pirouettes and yeah.
We'll
Okay.
see where it goes. Oh, I wonder if it needs to be the same song every day. We'll find out.
Twyla would say yes.
Yeah.
TT would say yes. Now for next week, I would love it if we actually do this every day and can report back on how
I
it
would
goes.
too. We need to do the rituals and the 10 minutes with our thoughts and actively trying to
Every
grab
day.
creativity.
We'll come back and report back to you.
I know we usually don't do so well with these things, but we're just like all of us. We
We're
try.
just like us.
We try. We can't be perfect, but these actually seem fine to do every day.
Yeah, like I'll bring the tarot cards on the road with me.
Oh, I'm so glad this is sticking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? That's fun.
Great.
And
as a
then-
ritual should be.
And then like everyone has 10 minutes, unfortunately.
I
Like,
know.
no
Instead of
excuse.
if we find ourselves starting to scroll, do the 10-minute thing. There we
Yeah.
go. Bing bada boom.
So I can't wait to report back on
I know, me
those.
too. I'm actually
and
excited
then
about
I'm
this.
sorry, no social media. We're supposed to do that too.
We'll do our best. I'll do no TikTok.
You will.
Yeah.
I'll do no TikTok
That's
too,
fine.
but that's easy. For
Let's
me.
start. Let's baby steps.
What if I do no? The second I start scrolling, I stop. But
Good luck.
But I'm allowed to be on social media because I kind of have to be.
Right, for your shows coming
But I
up.
know-
Do you want to
okay.
plug your shows coming
No
up?
scrolling. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Madison, Wisconsin, Thursday, Friday, Saturday with Christina P. And on Sunday, this comes out on Thursday. So book your ticket as soon as you hear this. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be in Seattle with Josh Potter.
That's going to be a good show.
So yeah, that's what's coming up this week.
And where is that one?
It's at the crocodile, the alligator
In
lounge?
in
The
LA?
No, it's in Seattle.
Oh, you just said Seattle.
It's on our websites, chaseodonnell.com.
Oh, that's so fun. And make sure to follow me at Made by London. And
You could click on that.
we are
Oh yeah, that's it.
The crocodile.
Yeah, the
the
crocodile.
crocodile.
Oh, I was
and
right.
who's this Brendan Kelly?
No clue.
Okay, he'll be there too, people.
Brendan Kelly will be there too.
Ooh, it's on the 29th of October.
Yeah.
Are you going to dress up?
Well, that's not Halloween. Halloween's the
coming
31st.
soon.
Um,
Are you going to have any Halloween inspired jokes?
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, it's interactive. When it's Friday night and you're all alone, who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
What? That's so lame. Nerds. It's Friday night and you're alone. And you're gonna call Ghostbusters. So I'm
All right.
working on that.
I think it'll play really well because the crowd's going to get all excited.
You think it'll work?
Yeah. Is that how you're not kicking it off with that though, right?
Should I?
I don't know.
I won't if you don't think I should. No, maybe I'll bring up Halloween and then sing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Very cute.
All right.
All right.
Spoiler. That was a spoiler for anyone coming to the show. And yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I have merchandise, t-shirts on chaseodonnell.com, and London has a book called Crochet with London K. And even though we might not be on social media, you should follow us on Instagram, Chase_O'Donnell, and
Please subscribe and
Made
like
by
our
London.
podcast and share it with friends because we are coming back with another episode next week.
Those are my shirts.
ChaseO'Donnell.com merch.
Those. There they are.
Cutie patootie.
There they are. Okay, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, send to people, write a review. And for everyone that is doing all that, we see you.
Thank you.
We love you so much. So thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.